Each week, each video is different. Some are anecdotal, some are personal, and some, like this one, are tools to hopefully help you move forward in your day-to-day. My goal is to always create something that is informative, helpful, and hopefully shake things up for you in some shape or form. Something to help you move forward with a little more clarity and direction. I talk about being world-class a lot, simply because this is the standard that I have for myself. But I also do this as it's a standard that we should all strive for. So the more I mention it, the more it sinks in, and the higher the bar will be raised. Nothing less than our personal best. If you want to become world-class, and I mean truly world-class, you need to stop messing about. Too many drummers waste days, weeks, months, and years basically just spinning their wheels, watching endless YouTube videos, scrolling social media, partially learning a lick here and there, but never really committing to the true process, real progress. Yep, they wonder why they aren't improving, why they sound like everyone else, and most importantly, why they aren't getting the opportunities that they're hoping for. But listen, here's the truth. If you give the next 6 months your full attention, you could actually make more progress than most drummers do in 6 years. Have you heard of the term going ghost mode or going monk mode? It's essentially the idea of disappearing for a period of time and getting a super concentrated amount of focused work under your belt. No distractions, no interruptions, so you can make some serious gains. I've done this a bunch, and this method at any level will do you wonders. But I'm especially talking to intermediate level drummers. But why intermediate drummers? Because personally I feel that being an intermediate level drummer is quite a death trap unless you make a concerted effort to get out of there as soon as possible. When you're an intermediate level drummer, you've made some pretty good gains, you've had some early wins, and for that, well, you're well and truly out of the beginner phase, so it's rewarding. It feels great. You've got some decent skills, you can play some cool things, and you start patting yourself on the back. But that's the trap, because what happens in a lot of cases is you actually get stuck. And what happens? Intermediatitis sets in. I've seen it countless times. Make no joke, intermediatitis is a real condition, and you could actually have it. So, what happens? Well, you start to coast, and most tragically, you start to rest on your laurels. And I think the worst part of this tragedy is that you don't actually realize that you're doing it, that you're stuck, because you've already made some pretty good progress. The next level, advanced/pro drumming, requires a completely different level of time, effort, focus, attention, and discipline. And if you don't make a conscious decision to level up, you'll sit in the same spot for years without realizing it. That's what we're talking about today. 6 months. That's all it takes to separate you from the pack, and I want to help. I've done it, countless others have, and you can too. So this is my stop effing around, the 6 months to world class blueprint. So let's get into it. Step 1, define your macro goal. You want to be world class? Cool, but at what? Clarity is everything. You need a macro goal, a clear, specific objective that you are committing to. Saying, I want to be the best at drumming is useless. Now saying, I want to be a world-class pocket player with insane touch, feel, and control at the level of my heroes Nate Smith and Steve Jordan, now that is a macro goal that you can work with. If you don't know what you're aiming for, you're never going to hit it because there's nothing to hit. Get specific, define it, and most importantly, write it down. Number 2, break the macro goal down into micro goals. Every world-class drummer that you admire did not get there all at once. You can't. They built a range of micro skills over time. All macro goals are made up of micro goals. Smaller, focused skills that you need to master one at a time to aid what's needed to attain the macro goal. Think of it as pieces to a puzzle. Let's say, as mentioned, you want to be a world-class pocket player. Well, one element of that is that you're going to need world-class dynamics and mechanics. One of the most overlooked aspects of playing that, in my opinion, really separates the good from great players. So, over the first 30 days, your micro goals could look like this. Week 1, a full reset. So we could say the 7 strokes reset. Completely reset your hands and the way that you approach dynamics and mechanics on the kit. Week 2, well, now it's application of those dynamics and mechanics. So bringing them together in larger number groupings and in context of the bigger picture. Week 3, applying them to basic grooves. Let's not run before we can walk. Keep things nice and simple. Controlled, high quality, and on task. And week 4, experimenting with more advanced grooves, feel, and touch. Halftime shuffles, funk drumming, for example. This is how you structure your practice. Not random, aimless playing, but deep, intentional skill building from the ground up. Step 3, commit to 1 to 3 hours per day, 30 days per micro goal. And here's where a lot of people fail because they feel they need 6 to 8 hours a day. Wrong. 1 to 3 hours of high quality focused practice trumps 4 hours of unfocused noodling. And I know that you've done plenty of that. We all have. Pick one skill, go deep, give it 1 to 3 hours every day, and track your progress. Now, if you do this for just 30 days per micro goal, you will literally be unrecognizable within 6 months. And if you want proof, just try it. What do you have to lose? And just remember, time doesn't really exist. You have just as much as you choose to have. If you had started this journey 6 months ago, guess what? You'd be there right now. Just like that. Step 4, eliminate distractions. If you're serious, you need to cut the dead weight now. Stop scrolling, stop watching, stop judging, stop reaction videos, stop drum-tertainment, stop endless gear reviews, unless you're in the market. It's all just noise. They win, you don't. Earn your downtime. Make drum-tertainment a reward, not a habit. Take serious breaks from your smartphone. This is the single biggest problem that we are all facing. Take the power back. And surround yourself with people that actually push you, that lift you up. The people in your life influence you more than what you realize. If your circle isn't inspiring you, then it's holding you back. I posted this the other day on my social media. Look, the greatest drummers in the world do not get there by accident. I know they make it look effortless, but they do not get there by accident. They get there because they've spent more time on their kit or their practice pad than they do on their phones. Number 5, make necessary lifestyle changes. Everything you do impacts everything you do. Progress on the kit is not an isolated or single task. If you want to go all in, you need to look after yourself off the kit as well. Wake up earlier. You want more time? Then just create it. Train your body. Strength, endurance, conditioning, it all makes drumming easier. Dial in your nutrition. The right food equals better energy equals better playing. Look, you don't need to be perfect, but you need to put a good amount of work in here. That's for sure. And one of the most important ones, train your mind. You need mental strength and resilience. Read books on mindset, psychology, philosophy. Your mind is a muscle, so you must train it daily. I've said it before, but one of my favorite books is The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. If you haven't read it yet, honestly, do yourself a favor and pick it up. Pressfield talks about the resistance that we face each day, an invisible force that we all deal with that is constantly trying to stop you do what you're trying to do. This is real. The resistance is why most people don't move forward. They tell themselves that they'll start tomorrow, they make excuses, they negotiate with themselves daily. Stop doing that and get to work. Step 6, define your personal philosophy and brand. Who are you? What do you stand for? What's your voice on and off the kit? I believe this is where most drummers fail too. They focus on the chops, they focus on the pocket, but never build a personal identity along the way. If you want to be world class, you really need to understand what makes you different, what separates you from the crowd. What's your sound? What do you have to say about this instrument? What do you have to say on this instrument? What makes your playing stand out? Define it, live it, own it, be proud of it, and share it. In today's world, whether you like it or not, drumming is just one part of the journey. Your personal brand, that is what's going to help separate you from everyone else out there. And there are plenty of good drummers, trust me. Dig deep, learn about yourself, and most importantly, be genuine. So, final thoughts. Most people waste time thinking and dreaming about being world class. Very few put in the right amount of work and the right kind of work to get yourself there. If you apply these 6 steps, you will see massive changes in as little as 6 months. But you have to go all in, man. And look, this is what I've done with Mastermind Drummer. If you're serious about drumming, Mastermind can actually help you. It has all the tools you need on your journey. The key to tuning a modern drum kit, so mastering your sound. The key to double stroke mastery. Go to the next level with just this one addition to your skill and technique. The key to dynamics and mechanics mastery, so developing world-class touch, control, and feel. The key to single kick mastery. Finally, free that clumsy foot up. And the key to chops mastery. Open up your voice and facility on the kit. The blueprint's there, you just have to follow it. And then once you're following it, do the reps. So what's your choice? Do you want to be world class? Great, make the decision today, not tomorrow, and make the necessary changes to pull yourself out of the funk that I know that you're in. And in the words of the famous Art Williams, just do it. Let's leave it there this week. If you like what I'm doing here at Mastermind Drummer, you can head over to masterminddrummer.com and sign up for my free weekly newsletter, diving into more topics like this. You can see the courses that I'm selling, and I've even got a free resources section, things to help you move forward as a player and a person. Thanks again. See you at the next one.